Good morning, guys. Welcome back to today's video. It is April 7th. It's a Tuesday. Low-key, I feel like I forgot to record a video yesterday. I didn't trade yesterday. Yesterday was Easter Monday. Very choppy price action. It's been a while since I've executed a live position on my evals. Today, I think it's been like a month and a half, but today we finally took a trade. I took two trades. One was a loser, one was a winner. The winner was on the Trade Evade account while the loser was on the Rhythmic account. But a pretty simple setup. I don't know why most of my stuff I drew it on ES, but what happened is overall, I have a lot of backtesting stuff here, so I don't want to delete all of this. But we're overall still bearish on the 4 hour because we can see multiple breaks to the downside, right? So I'm just going to count this one here as my second break. Hard time for break 2. And we only have one break to the upside, one being right here. This is the high that was put in. Wick transfer over to here. And this one I really had to like zoom in because I didn't know if this was still a wick transfer or if it closed above, because if it closed above then our 4 hour would be bearish. But when it comes to something like this where it's the exact same price point, I'm gonna just say it's a wick transfer. Now we did overall grab 4 hour liquidity right there, and I want to say 1 hour does not have any breaks or order blocks that I can use, so I have to jump down to the 15-minute. So this was the first thing I saw. We were sitting around here in the morning. Originally I wanted price to kind of come up into this area and then show me my entry model, but the opening ended up moving down. Now there was another short available here. This would be a pre-fractal break, and then liquidity grabs at the open. And then if I show you on the deep map, where's the open? Here's the open. So here you can see lots of buyers being absorbed here. These big buyers coming in. We have positive clusters of positive deltas, small ones. So like the 61, 54, 66, that's a cluster. We have 125 one here, 105 here. All of this got absorbed, and you can see sellers getting aggressive here with these negative deltas. And then basically buyers came back in to retest this area. So basically we retested the initiation and buyers once again got absorbed. My first entry was, I forgot which one. Oh wait, this is, yeah, so that's how you could have gotten in on this trade. My actual trade that I took was right here. The 5-minute is still bearish, right? From up here we have break 1, break 2. We only have 2 breaks to the downside, and we have an internal break to the downside again, so I'm going to count this as break number 3. I was originally looking for price to tap back into this 15-minute order block, but we're kind of just reacting off of the 4 hour. So our entry model appears, we have a break, liquidity grab, and we're tapped into this order block here. And then simply from there, all I'm looking for on the deep charts is absorption in this area, which is where I have highlighted here. Now, it's a bit, the footprint chart is something that I've never really fully utilized, and I realized that big trades is just really an indicator, and I should be using the footprint chart instead. It shows me a much more detailed version of what I'm actually looking for, because it shows specific price levels and the deltas at those price levels. Now, first thing I saw was huge amounts of positive deltas being absorbed up here, and then we see initiation from these sellers right here. So absorption, where I got in originally was right over here somewhere. I think like retesting these big trades right here. So I think I got in like somewhere around here. I think I did around 20 ticks, and then we were kind of floating in profit. I should have went to break even because we did achieve 1-to-1, but I was like, with absorption, I'm still kind of working on my risk management plan. I don't know if I want to trail by RR or learn how to trail through aggressors and passive, mostly aggressors, but buyers went like this thing shot the hell up. It was crazy, super fast, and immediately the reaction was back down. So that tells me a whole bunch of buying got absorbed here, right? So passive sellers are still holding their position up here, while these aggressive buyers are getting absorbed. So once those buyers got absorbed, we kind of see a small little cluster of negative deltas, and I just kind of got in through here. So my position ended up being here, and full TP was achieved. Now, in terms of the absorption checklist, actually, let's pull up our whole checklist here. So higher time frame, right? What do we have in terms of the higher time frame score? We have a 4-hour order block, so that's 2 points. We have, that's kind of it, to be honest. 2 out of 6, that's probably not the greatest. Lower time frame scores, so we have new fractals, so now we're at 4. Liquidity after 7:30, we're now at 6. Confirmation score, I would say this is more of an aggressive entry, so we're at 7. Stop loss does cover structure, so we're at 9. Probability class, oh, I do have to redo this, but okay, this was a C tier trade, mostly because we don't have a lot of higher time frame confluences. I want to see, yeah, like we never really tapped back into this 15-minute order block. Is that all? Yeah, okay, so probability class was C tier. So really, I probably should have stayed away from this trade or risk less. But again, absorption gives me a lot of confidence. So the higher time frame I can kind of forgive, but I would say this probably wasn't the best absorption entry either, because I was just kind of getting in with the flow. I wasn't really waiting for any retest of the initiations either, which is something that I would and should normally be doing because it's more of a conservative entry. So this is more of an aggressive entry, I would say. Again, the first setup was somewhere around here. We retested this negative delta of 164 at 6607. I got in somewhere around here in this candle, wicked out. Same thing again, buyers get absorbed. And if I turn off the footprint charts, I guess you could say we're retesting this big, pretty much like sellers are defending this level right here in general, around the 6602s to 6605s. In terms of like seeing the delta be retested, like there is a bit of a negative cluster right here, which is where the big trades is. We came up, we rejected, closed below this, and then I got in. So that was my trade. Now, this footprint chart, I want to play around more with the settings because I briefly set this up last time and I haven't gone like a full dive into it. So I want to get more comfortable with the footprint charts, make sure all my coloring is right, because I want to see imbalances of clusters, of delta, things like that. So that's kind of all I have for you guys today. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Wednesday.